You know what it is, though? It's a whole bunch of bull trader stuff going on. There's bull trading. It's a very bear market. And please,
will you stop laughing? We got an expert on the
I know
show,
what I'm talking about. It's a bear market.
Jimmy, continue.
And stock has dipped a bit after an initial peak in a bull market. NASDAQ.
What about options?
Yeah, please. Who doesn't need them? What are we, faggots? Show me a man with no options. I'll show you a man with two cocks in his mouth.
People are saying Boardroom Jimmy is their new favorite character. Bird from Philly. Boardroom Jimmy.
Of course.
You heard the press conference. Why don't you summarize for us here what you heard?
Bunch of bullshit, really. It's just going to be a couple satellites are going to go up, and what we're going to do is we're going to buy back all the options and then sell at $3.11. End of discussion. That's what cash flow is, as Mel and I have talked about before.
Boardroom Jimmy, yes.
I told him.
So is this a good deal for both companies?
It certainly is not a good deal.
Why?
Because we need to make more satellite companies. Dilute the market.
Boardroom Jimmy. Boardroom Jimmy is scary.
Boardroom Jimmy understands that free FM is the only way to make this work. Stop charging people and add commercials.
Boardroom Jimmy, you got a lot of stockholders. They're a bit nervous with this news of this merger. Well, you got to calm their fears here, sir.
There's no need to have any fear. In a bear market, there's always going to be NASDAQ trading. How many times does Mr. Parsons and Mel and I have to tell you that?
You know why Boardroom Jimmy scares me? He's very adamant about and passionate about what he's talking about, but it's nonsense.
It's not. It makes perfect sense. In a bear market, you might have a point, but right now it's bull trader. Excuse me, Hawk. You're redundant. Don't touch that.
Even West Orange, is Jimmy wearing
Boardroom Jimmy?
Is Jimmy wearing suspenders and a pinstripe suit? Jimmy Gordon, Gecko Norton.
That's right. Sell.
I love Boardroom Jimmy. He's a total ass.
Boardroom Jimmy makes a lot of sense.
You sure do,
I certainly do. And the only way to make this work is insider trading. I've said that many times. Give information to people and then don't tell the public.
What about the monopoly? Yeah.
Exactly. It's a fine game, and I'm going to have it in every break room for all of our employees.
This is never going to get FCC approval because
we don't need the FCC. I say fuck them. We do what we want. We don't go to
people. Boardroom Jimmy, we got a lot of questions coming in. We got some dude. He wants to know, what about the synergy and the bottom line?
Synergy is for faggots, and the bottom line is what. I don't get involved in the bottom line. Sell at $1.50. Bottom line. Stop with that hack corporate talk.
Sell at $1.50.
The bottom line is what Eric Logan is laying under after a night of drinking.
All right, I don't think we have any more questions for Boardroom Jimmy.
Boardroom Jimmy's hungry.
I think we've covered it. But, we're going to have to keep the new character because, there's going to be a lot of questions.
I'll be happy to answer any of them.
All right. Someone is saying get Jimmy a monocle.
A monocle and one of those oldie time tickers. The big glass globe that the ticker tape comes out of.
He needs a pocket watch. Boardroom Jimmy, would you like a pocket watch?
I don't care what you get me, because the S&C 500 is exactly what I'm trying to say.
What about blue chip stocks there?
I don't believe in blue chip stocks.
No.
Sell everything.
Are you more a penny stock guy?
Huh?
Penny stock?
No, I just buy options.
Right.
3,000 options at $40 per, and then sell.
You realize the stocks would have to be about $4,000.
Of course they would be. Who wouldn't know that?
Someone wants to know, Boardroom Jimmy, can you explain the difference between NASDAQ and the Dow?
I certainly can, but I choose not to.
That would be insider trading.
That's insider trading. The Dow. Who doesn't? The Dow is irrelevant. It's falling by the wayside.
Irrelevant.
The Dow. That's the way blacks deal with the Dow. White people, we stay with NASDAQ.
Oh, God.
How about the ticker? We got a lot of newbies out there. What are they looking for when they read the ticker?
They're trying to find stock pricing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what would you do? What would you do in this situation? You got serious.
What is this?
It's you could buy options now for pretty cheap. Do you buy put options or call options?
Yes.
See, do you think the price is going up? You buy some calls, or you think it's going to go down? Then you buy some put.
The options right now.
Yeah.
You don't buy now, stupid. You wait till the options go up, and then you buy when they're more valuable.
But it's all relative.
Hey, of course it's all
If
relative.
you bought call options now, and if the price goes up, then they're worth more, and you sell them and make some money.
Yeah, but right here it just says that interest rates have been fluctuating for some time.
Where did that come from?
Of course.
Someone from New York, pair Boardroom Jimmy with the Money Honey. It'll be the Money Honey and the Money Dummy.
Yeah.
Money
Well, I've been in this discussion before. The Money Honey is a cunt.
Wilson, for Christ's sake, sell! My God. We're ruined.
This is one of my favorites from the movie right here.
I want trading reopened right now. Get those brokers back in here. Turn those machines back on. Turn those machines back on.
Someone who took Jimmy's advice.
Right.
Yeah, well, we'll see who laughs last when I've got all the money in my corner.
All right, I see you got the market watch.
Of course I do. I
in
live for
front
the
of you.
market watch. I wipe my hiney with old editions of it. All I read. Funny, and it deserves something.
It was a good racist joke.
It certainly was. We won't be having any more of those on this platform.
No.
Not with the new
Mel Karmazin.
amortization.
What?
Karmazin too.
Wait, I think stock.
my God.
Boardroom Jimmy's making another appearance on the Opie and Anthony show.
Boardroom
here.
Jimmy doesn't want to run himself into the ground. Let's just say amortization.
Wow.
Wow, really?
Yes.
I know what that means.
Of course you don't.
What do you think of the glass ceiling?
Fiscal years will shut the glass ceilings down.
Fiscal years. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Of course you don't. It's way above your head, as the glass ceiling should be.
Obviously.
Amortization.
Boardroom Jimmy, is this merger still baking?
It's not baking. It's in one bucket with the SEC looking at the whole conglomerate. It's all about leveraging, Greg.
Leverage. Yeah, you gotta call us by our real names.
Yeah, that's true.
Just make it Tony or something, okay?
Mr. Kamiya, do you not understand? It's all about leveraging.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's gotta be.
Of course it is. If you don't understand what dividend and reinvestment plans are, then you don't belong in this conversation.
I've just leveraged 1,000 shares.
Yeah.
Of Sirius. Mm-hmm. I've leveraged.
Put them on puts!
I love them.
Could you explain puts
Yes!
to the lane?
All right.
There's something you do with stock which is going to knock the bear market right back to where it belongs. We have a settlement date, gentlemen. If your net income doesn't outweigh your profitability, puts are of no value. Mr. Kamiya, do I have your understanding on this?
Absolutely.
Any questions from you, Gregory? I think you said it all.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about the EBI TDA. What do we have all day about this? Yeah, but I know what it is, stupid. You don't think my annual report addressed this?
How do you feel about Mel Karmazin as your CEO there, Boardroom Jimmy?
Mel Karmazin is an incompetent blunderer. He has no idea. He ran Viacom into the ground. Profitability was up.
Wait. If it's up, isn't that good?
It certainly is.
Oh, my God.
Specifically drove the stock through insider trading from a small piece to a larger piece without one time selling at $42 as I suggested.
Wow, you do know your stuff.
I certainly do, and if Mel Carmazzi wants to discuss common stock, well, then we can talk about cash flow. Can't we, Mr. Parsons? Gregory, please, not now.
I was just going to ask you, are you worried about the SEC?
The SEC can kiss my ball bag. Insider trading is funny. What do you think of those apples, Mr. Martin? SEC and the FCC, same thing to me.
Okay. Are you going to be ringing the opening bell tomorrow?
Yeah, maybe so, if I have a bunch of deferred profit sharings in my asshole. Deferred profit shares are for faggots.
Looks like you have quite the portfolio over there.
I certainly do.
Yeah.
My joint tenants and myself have discussed this. This deal has long-term gain, gentlemen. Mr. Carmazzi, I say to you, and if you can't divest your portfolio from that, you don't belong on this conversation, sir. Stop handing me notes, Mr. Bryant. My throat hurts.
All right.
If you don't understand what outstanding shares are, then I suggest you fuck a baby. And even if you do understand, fuck it anyway.
People are asking Boardroom Jimmy if they should invest in AIDS. It's trading on the NASDAQ.
I don't get involved in tawdry humor.
No, it's all business with him.
It's all business.
I understand, sir.
No tawdry humor.
I understand.
AIDS is trading low again.
And again. And again. And again. Right. All right. So you got a lot of pie charts in front of you there. Very impressive.
Of course it is.
All right, here we go.
NASDAQ composites my ass.
NASDAQ.
What do you think about NASDAQ, the tech stocks? How do you think the future looks in tech stock?
Bunch of bullshit! Short-term game, gentlemen. Put them all on puts and sell at $3,484.11. Not a dime sooner.
Holy shit.
Yeah, someone's suggesting we ought to get the Jim Cramer sound effects.
Yeah.
The bull and the bear growling sound and all his dumb sound effects for when he's talking about the stock market. So when Jimmy goes off like that, you can just hit him. Because people call up all the time.
Yeah, I went into General Electric many years ago. It was a good blue chip stock, and I'm just wondering what your feeling is about GE. Jimmy?
I didn't hear a word you said. I was reading the profitability report. I get profitability reports every hour.
Yeah, as you know, as you obviously know, Ford had a tough year this year and was really down. Do you think they should jump in and try to maybe take over Chrysler?
I have specifically told both companies, get involved with commodities, gentlemen.
So you're saying an automotive company should get into things like bacon and orange juice?
Of course I am, because of fuels and metals and agriculture.
What about textiles?
I don't believe in textiles. No one's trading them anymore. You take that to the NASDAQ camp.
Greg from Long Island, what about the new cell phone, sir? The new cell phone company, T-Cell.
Oh.
Are they up or down on the Dow today?
You tell T-Cell they're losing shares rapidly.
Invest in broth.
Invest in broth and get that damn Brady spokesman out of there. He's doing nothing for the company.
I love Jimmy's stock advice.
All right, here we go. Where's Boardroom Jimmy, by the way?
Well, Boardroom, I didn't want to interrupt before because they were talking about Bubba, but I was just clear he didn't understand the merger. You know?
Well, a lot of people don't understand the merger because it's a very complicated thing. These are two big companies, a lot of money, a lot of debt. They're going to join up, and who knows what's going to happen after that.
Well, what are the stock prices? That was what we're supposed to review today. We didn't.
Well, up a bit. I believe XM went up a few points, a few dollars, a couple of dollars, and Sirius went up.
Well, how about some specifics? A couple of dollars is not what I was asking you.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure the exact numbers. I believe it's something like 6%.
Check the Dow Jones. Wait till it gets to $42 and then purchase.
Well,
that doesn't make sense.
Of course it does, Gregory. Purchase and then sell low.
Wait a minute. Wait, that goes against everything I've ever heard. So purchase high, sell low?
That's always the way you do it, according to NASDAQ. And Mel Carmazzi and I spoke about this at great length.
Carmazzi.
Well, Boardroom Jimmy is an expert on mergers and the stock market and portfolios.
If you don't understand capital gains distribution, I suggest you purchase some stock and then look at the NASDAQ, my friend. You sound stupid.
Very into the NASDAQ.
Of course I am. The Dow Jones is for faggots.
You don't like the Dow Jones,
How can you without a pillow between your teeth?
Boardroom Jimmy, this is not a popular a popular opinion here.
Who are we to say, Opie? People have their pens and paper out right now and they're taking notes because they're going to make a killing today just listening to Boardroom Jimmy.
We got to tell our listeners this is a privilege that you get to listen to Boardroom Jimmy. He's an expert.
Forget about that Jim Cramer guy, that money guy. Oh, he knows nothing.
Jim Cramer has the HIV. He got it from sitting on the Dow Jones.
You could sit on the whole Dow Jones?
You certainly can. Yeah. Just look at the stock index. Stop asking me questions, Gregory. This sounds a lot like Frank the Frowner, I've noticed.
A little bit, but a little more energy.
A little more energy, yeah.
Now, the market doesn't open for a little while.
I know that. I'm a part of the market. What? I have a seat on the exchange. It's next to a guy named Ted.
Do you like Ted? Do you like sitting next to Ted?
He's a pedophile.
Now, what do the indicators say, like the futures? Are they up or down? What's going to happen with the market based on what the futures are?
Fructose. Buy fructose.
Wow, you heard? I got to write it down.
Oh, my God, I'm writing
Everybody, fructose is your buy. That's your pick today.
I was thinking pork bellies, but...
Pork bellies are no good. Oil and gold are going into the toilet because fructose is now popular.
Fructose, all right. Fructose.
You get a better return on your equity.
Equity.
Now,
it's just like listening to the Money Honey.
We got some calls coming in.
Yeah.
Hi, Boardroom Jimmy. I was listening to the news this morning. I guess the earnings came out for the Home Depot, and they were down. Is this an indicator on the future of maybe building and the housing market?
Depreciable cost. That's all this is about. Depreciable cost.
What about JetBlue?
Depreciable cost, thank you.
What about JetBlue? Is that a good buy today? You know, they've had troubles in the last week or so, and the stock dropped a bit in the last few days, Jimmy.
This is the worst time to buy. You should wait another 6 weeks, wait till the stock is really low, and then buy before they go belly up. Because they're going to continue plummeting. So buy low and sell lower.
Well, that doesn't...
TWA is the airline to go with.
TWA. But that goes against everything.
It certainly doesn't.
What about calls and putses?
Total assets less current liabilities, my friend. That's what a put should equal.
Well, I don't know if that's what the definition is of a put.
It is what a put should be.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well,
fantastic.
Yeah. Boardroom Jimmy. Another call coming in. Yeah.
Boardroom Jimmy, the automotive industry obviously having a tough year. Ford at its lowest in quite a while just recently. What about the idea that Chrysler is going to be put up for sale, and one of these other companies, General Motors or Ford, might actually buy Chrysler?
Or maybe a Chinese car maker.
Or Toyota, I believe, was in the running. What do you think about this?
I would say composite depreciation and purchase bicycles. Cars are old hat.
Well, Boardroom Jimmy.
So you're saying buy Schwinn? Schwinn bicycles?
Standard & Poor's 500. That's all that matters. And commodities are for queers.
Well... What
about fructose?
Fructose is the way to go, unless you have a plunger in your toilet that you refuse to remove. Then buy commodities and take a seat.
Well, how do you buy fructose?
Exactly.
Is it part of the Dow, the NASDAQ?
It's about both, but without the Dow Jones involvement. Double declining balance depreciation, Gregory.
Calls you Gregory to
Of
keep
course
it
I do,
official.
Mr. Kamiya. Line of business reporting is what this is about.
Line of business.
Pay for profit, gentlemen.
Are we in a bull market there, Boardroom Jimmy?
We possibly could be.
Bulls or bears?
Bulls or bears? What do you got?
Who's running Wall Street?
It all depends on who you talk to. Bulls all think they're running it, and the Bears all think they're running it. I think it's Dow and Jones. That's what I think.
All right, well.
Oh, well, we got the bull bear.
I certainly do. Weighted alpha. That's the key.
Oh.
And Synergy, anything on Synergy today, sir?
Synergy is for men with braces and yellow ties. That's who likes Synergy.
Wow, Boardroom Jimmy, people are just going nuts. They can't write fast enough. They want to make some money today.
Boardroom Jimmy, I've been looking a lot into the tech sector. I know it's a little more risky than the blue chips, but they seem to be doing well, and I'm thinking, is this a good time to jump into techs, at least for the short term?
I would say no. Go with Deutschmarks. Deutschmarks are the way to go.
Deutschmark.
Oh, all right.
Deutschmark.
If you're not buying precious metals, you're going to be left in the dust.
What about the blooms?
I don't know what the blooms are. They're just a rumor.
The rumor of the bloom.
The blooms don't exist. They were made up once.
Do you agree with the saying, buy on rumor, sell on news?
That was not a rumor. That was something I said one time in a blackout. I didn't mean it. I was drunk driving.
Wow. Wow, Boardroom Jim is giving out some of the best stock information I've ever heard.
Yeah, Boardroom Jimmy, my portfolio is a bit weak.
Unbalanced?
It's unbalanced. I need something. I need a good stock tip.
What
here.
about a hedge fund?
Yeah, what about hedge
maybe
funds there?
Hedge your portfolio.
Yeah.
I would suggest a hedge fund, but don't put any money into it. Put maybe $40 into a hedge fund, and then sit back and reap the benefits, my friend. You'll put $40 into a hedge fund, then you can kick back your feet and have a pina colada on Easy Street.
Boardroom Jimmy, penny stocks. A lot of people love trading these things.
Yes, they're called Jews, Gregory. Effective annualized 7-day yield. That's what this is all about.
Oh, effective. Wow. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the hedge fund.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
$40.
Precious metals, blueberries. What do you got today? What do you got?
Precious metals are out. Nobody is touching them anymore. It's all fructose and NASDAQ. Everybody wants a NASDAQ and some fructose.
Boardroom Jimmy, I got a question about oil. I'm thinking about getting into oil, home heating oil. Is this going to be going up or down? Do you see this in the near future?
Oil is a rumor. It's going away because magnets are now being used. Management's discussion and analysis. We had this at the meeting last week.
So you're saying I should invest in magnets?
Yes, and also phony radio voices, which is going to be on the Bubba 500.
Are you gonna? What do you think of this merger? Is it gonna go through?
I think that the merger will go through, but then the FCC will say it shouldn't have went through, and then they'll both go back to being NASDAQ, but not without fructose inclusion. Inclusion. Market surveillance, gentlemen.
Markets? What the hell is market surveillance?
Exactly. Who is this girl with a beard? Oh, sorry, Travis. It's all about e-business and .coms. How many times do I have to tell you that?
What about .com?
.coms are no good. Mutual funds. Wait until XM hits $39 and then buy.
Buy at $39?
At $39, that's good.
Sell at $42.
All right, well, you would make a profit at least.
But it will never hit that high, will it, Gregory?
I don't know. You're
going
the
to max
expert.
out at $17.
Boardroom Jim, I'm thinking about actually taking my money out of the market, and I'm looking more into municipal bonds, tax-free municipal bonds. Well, what do you think? It's a pretty low risk. I'm thinking about doing this to fund my child's college.
I refer you to the Lipper Fund indexes. All of your answers can be found there.
Oh, it's a bull market.
Running.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average is 341.
300.
What year is it?
Exactly.
Hey, Boardroom Jimmy, the upcoming elections. You know, we got a Democratic Congress there and stuff. Will this affect the stock market in the long run?
No one ever cares who's in office. It doesn't matter. The economy is overrated when you're buying precious metals and you're investing in commodities. For instance, gasoline. I buy it.
You would buy gasoline?
I certainly do.
How much should I buy?
It. I would say put at least $200 to $300 into the gasoline market and then sit back and relax on Easy Street.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your...
It's the worst for you.
Oh, hey! Boardroom Jimmy!
Wow, Boardroom Jimmy, you've given me so many good answers today.
Of course I have.
I'm looking for a way to fund my retirement. What do you think about an IRA?
Oh, I don't like them. They support violence. I don't go for the IRA. I would say 10-year T-note yield. T-note yield is everything.
T-note yield.
Those and long yellow ties in the homosexual community.
What about war bonds? What about the black market, Jimmy? There's so many things.
I don't believe in breaking things down racially, Gregory. That's what divides us as a country. Blacks should be allowed to buy stock, although a lot of it.
Why not a lot of it?
Because they're not as responsible as white people. What is that noise? Oh, hello.
The bulls and the bears.
Yes, a modest gain is always popular.
A modest gain.
What? Soybean futures. I mean, the questions are coming in like crazy.
Well, why don't we take a call and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right. Let's see. Here's a great question from Ford in Wyoming. Ford, what's up? You're on with Boardroom Jimmy.
Hey, how you doing on there? Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about the latex market?
Latex?
Yeah, the latex market.
The latex market is going to crash simply because other things are taking over. I refer you to the NASDAQ composite. Answer your own questions, please. This is child's play.
Louie in Jersey. Louie! Louie!
Hey, Louie.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
I would like to ask Boardroom Jimmy if you could tell me what I could do with my pork bellies.
Convertible bond and domestic hybrid funds. How many times do I have to say this?
Boardroom Jimmy, we're seeing a lot of action in China. What do you think about investing in China? Can this actually pay off in the future?
I would suggest investing in black retard wigs in China. They seem to be very popular on that group.
Whoa, hey!
Wow, that's getting the Bulls are actually chiming in on that one.
The Bulls are running today, yeah.
Just don't invest in body hair because they don't have any of it. They're all so smooth, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Jeff, what do you got?
Yes, good morning, Boardroom Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I've heard your niceties. Get to the point so the Dow Jones is plummeting.
It's not plummeting.
The market isn't open yet.
That's the problem, Anthony. How do you not understand this?
Boardroom Jimmy, I believe we hit an all-time high with the Dow yesterday.
We didn't. That was the NASDAQ S&P 500 composite. Sir, please, your question.
All right, Jeff, what do you got?
We know where you stand on fructose, but we're wondering what your position is on the fruncus.
Yeah, the fruncus stock, Boardroom Jimmy.
I would say that stock indexes indicate that fruncus has gone by the wayside, and I'm running out of steam on this one, too, sir.
No, he's saying no on the fruncus. Okay.
No. All right,
Well, a lot of great information today. Thank you so much, Boardroom Jimmy. It's just amazing, the financial information. I don't know how everybody that listens to him isn't a millionaire.
Yeah,
you just take his advice.
There's going to be a lot of brand new millionaires today when the market opens up at 9:30.
Is that when it opens?
Remember.
Well, Boardroom Jimmy, you should know when the market opens.
Well, I don't believe in going to the market. I just talk behind the scenes and then buy stock before announcements are made.
Remember, fructose Invest in fructose. Put $40 in a hedge fund and buy $300 in gasoline and sit back and watch the money roll in.
You put $40 in a hedge fund, you put a chaise lounge out, you kick your feet up, and you enjoy Easy Street.
With a nice big stogie right there.
A big stogie or some braces.
Boardroom Jimmy, before we go to break here, you got to remind the people how serious inside trading is, and that Well, what's your feeling on the inside trading?
Well, it was like when Mr. Parsons and Mr. Carmazzi and I were talking, and they said, hey, Jimmy, a big deal's going down. Buy stock now. I said, that should be legal.
The government frowns on inside trading.
Oh, they don't frown on it.
Jimmy.
It's just a little wink and a nod. We all understand what a bear market will do to a boy.
Well, all right. There you go.
God, I can't wait till the market opens so I could just invest in fructose and $40 in my hedge fund.
And what was the other?
I don't know, something about the NASDAQ composite I have to do. And Dow Jones is for homos.
Yeah. All right.
China had a little problem early on, and their market crashed. And then ours, for some reason, has to crash because theirs did. They're like, oh, what? China went down? Well, then we got to.
Yeah.
And it went down like over 500 points, and then they came back a little bit at the end and closed out at 4 and change, but it was the biggest drop in 5 years since 9/11.
That's a good sign.
Boardroom Jimmy.
Well, thank God.
The bigger the plunge, the better it is for investors.
Really?
Yes. The Asian market crashed because of the giant condom overload that nobody's using.
What? I never knew.
Yes, buy sugars and cubic zirconia. That's the way for this whole thing to turn around. I specifically said, stop with those cow noises. I don't know what they mean.
That's a bullish. That means you're feeling bullish. You're bullish on the market.
Yeah.
Stupid dinks have done it again.
But where's the bear? Because that's the bad one. That we need a growl. The market's doggish?
Well, it is.
Sell short, gentlemen! Sell short!
Sell short?
Yeah, sell short!
Wait a minute. How do you... Is that
Can you sell short in this market? Is it good after a crash like this to sell short?
Well, there's going to be a penalty bid, but if you sell short, things are sure to turn around sooner or later. The Dow Jones, it was up yesterday a little bit.
No. Boardroom Jimmy was way down.
Not compared with 1927, it wasn't. It was up.
Oh, you're looking at the big picture.
Yes, you have to look over a 100-year span.
Now, I got to ask you, in this shows a little volatility here in the market. Where should we be looking today? When that market opens, what do you suggest we do?
Get tangible fixed assets and then do what you're supposed to be doing with them, but don't allow the crash to deter you from purchasing sugar.
Sugar?
Yes, sugar!
Tangible fish assets?
Sugar and fish oils. Oh. Fish oils of the future.
Fish oils. Okay, you heard it here, people. Sugar and fish oils are what you should be looking into buying.
Yes, it was a stock market correction. That was happening yesterday. The stock market needed to be corrected, so it plunged a little bit in a 3-minute span. But that's a sign of healthy growth.
3 minutes? Healthy growth?
Healthy growth. Sometimes you need to lose $600 billion to make $40. I've specifically said that.
Now, Boardroom Jimmy, the market's going to open. Do you see a sustained gain throughout the day, or is this crash going to continue and bring us further into the hole by the time the market closes?
You raise an interesting point, and I think that I can agree with it.
That wasn't a point. It was a question.
Excellent point that there was something that happened yesterday, and yet it could go on the rise a little bit later, but it all depends on what's happening overseas with the Japs.
The Japs?
Yes.
It was the Chinese.
Oh, it was the Koreans, whatever it was. Their eyes weren't round. Thanks for nothing.
Now, knowing that on the whole, the market will recover from this, should I be thinking about maybe buying some options? Some call options, perhaps.
Get a couple of puts. I've told you many times when the market crashes that you should take all of your money and put it into the market. That's the best time to get in.
That's the definition of a put.
A put is when you put the money in the market.
Yes, put it down and then walk away and let it grow for you.
So how much do you think I should put in the market?
$75 to start. You don't want to get too crazy. And then kick back on Easy Street and enjoy a stogie. Industrial production is the future.
Industrial production. Okay.
Yes.
Right, okay. That's good, tangible testimony you're giving here.
Of course it's good, tangible testimony. Invest today. The market's in good shape.
Well, not after yesterday.
Yesterday was a good day. It fell a little bit, but that's to be expected on a Tuesday.
It was a record 5-year loss.
I know, but I predicted that would happen 5 years ago.
It's on the front page of every paper in America, though.
This is good news for retirees.
Yeah?
It's good news for retirees.
How is that?
Because your money is jumping around actively.
But you want it to go up. This was probably going to hurt a lot of people's accounts and portfolios.
No, your portfolio should be divested. And what better way to have it divested than just to have it laying in ruins on the ground?
You're saying it's best to just start over sometimes?
Sometimes you have to just start right over. You throw out the baby in the bathwater and you start fresh. You cash in a bond for $100 and you start small.
$100 and then maybe buy some sugar or fish oil.
Yes, get $100 to get yourself a hedge fund manager and tell him, make my money work for me.
A hedge fund.
$100 in a hedge fund manager and you'll be enjoying the good life.
Well, I really want to know about, is this going to continue, or should we look into bonds, maybe? Maybe we should go into...
Bonds are for faggots! Nobody likes bonds! Bonds are no good!
All right, I think that's going to be a quote in the financial section tomorrow.
Wall Street. I think it's going to be on the
Boardroom
front page
Jimmy
of Wall Street Journal.
Says bonds are for faggots.
And this was good news for investors.
It was?
Yes, it was.
Do you see, you see this as a buying opportunity?
It depends.
On?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Depends on what you want to buy.
Very patriotic. You're very up on
I see that. He's got a
future of the market.
And his top hat on.
He's not worried at all.
No, you look like the Monopoly dude.
I feel very confident that today's market is going to be a bear market thing, but without the typical feelings of a bull share.
A bull share.
Exactly.
So you're saying this is a bull market. Now, I know some indicators come out today. Some economic indicators are going to be coming out today that could affect the market, such as whether we're going to be seeing inflation. What are your or maybe the R word? They've been talking about the R word.
What about the R word?
Boardroom Jimmy, what do you think about the R word?
Well, there are 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic, and without them we have nothing, do we, gentlemen? No. I think a recession is good for the economy.
Yeah, why would that be good for the economy?
Because a lot of different things can happen with your bonds. Get a put, enjoy your recession, and live on Easy Street.
He likes Easy Street.
Of course I do. Who doesn't want to live there? $30 in a hedge fund manager. That's all you need to make it.
Some people are saying Alan Greenspan had something
He's
to do.
a Jew!
He is.
Yes, he is.
They said he might have had something to do with the big fall yesterday.
Interest rates are going up.
Yeah.
This is the best time to buy a home.
Well,
higher interest rates are good. It means that you're paying interest instead of those annoying principal payments that I hate so much.
I think you're confused that it's the other way.
No, I'm not confused. Give me a no-load fund.
Oh, you want a no-load fund?
Absolutely. Invest in trampolines, gentlemen.
Trampolines?
Yes, and amortize your interest.
Okay. Anything in the, because the NASDAQ also took a hit yesterday.
The NASDAQ is doing fine. It's the Dow Jones and the Nikkei that were doing mediocre.
The Nikkei?
Yes.
And we're blaming the Chinese today, right?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
It's either they were the Filipinos or the Taiwanese with their child pornography.
Well, I didn't know that could affect the Dow there, Boardroom Jimmy.
I know that tech stocks are kind of just making a comeback.
No, they're not making a comeback. They died terribly yesterday. They're for faggots, too.
All right, you want to take a few phone calls?
I'd love to.
All right, let's go to Mike in Jersey. You got a question for Boardroom Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm really afraid.
I can't hear with the 1010 news ticker in the background.
No,
that ticker is very loud.
Yeah.
It's actually your ticker behind you. It's the glass dome that Gomez Adams used to check his stocks on.
Go ahead, Mike.
I want to know if I should sell all my computer stocks.
Yeah.
Computers are a fad. I told you, pencils and paper. That's what you should be investing in. Computers are falling by the wayside. I don't use them.
So anything, Dell, Gateway, everything should just be sold.
They're flopping horribly. The Taurus is making a comeback. That's what you should invest in. The Taurus and things with Taurus on it like shirts.
You heard it here first. Computers are
Out, pencils in.
Yes.
Pencils and paper.
Just look at the foreign exchange of the Wall Street Journal, as I've been doing, and you'll see exactly as I mean. Look over in Africa. Invest in AIDS. If you can get your foot on the ground floor of the AIDS movement, you're going to make a lot of money.
Invest in AIDS.
Absolutely.
Maybe if this was 1986.
Oh, no, AIDS is making a comeback. Thanks to all those stupid school initiatives I've had squashed.
I don't know how you can invest in AIDS.
You certainly can.
How do you invest in AIDS?
I have a shrinking shirt opportunity. Buy shirts that you can make smaller and smaller, and then you can fold them over into a suit jacket.
Oh, and what about broth? Should we be buying broth futures?
Yes, you should be buying broth futures and CD holdings. That's the way to go. CD holdings and broth futures and AIDS.
All right, let's say hi to Wayne in Franklin Square. You got a question for Boardroom Jimmy.
Hello, Boardroom Jimmy. I have a question. I want to invest in a pedophile...
Sir, this is not a legitimate question, and I'm not going to entertain joke questions when I'm doing serious business here.
Yeah, this is very serious today. We're trying to figure out if the stock market is going to bounce back. I do believe, a dead cat bounce there?
Yeah. They
Jimmy,
call
a
it
dead cat bounce?
Oh, there's no such thing as a dead cat bounce. Every time it falls, it's going to fall farther. Yesterday, the Dow went up 40 points at the end of trading.
Yeah, but it was down like a total of 5.
No, it wasn't. The papers are wrong. It was up.
At 3 o'clock, it says it right here. It's down 500.
The S&P 500. Read about that for a little while.
And do you have anything to say about the S&P 500?
Yes, of course. It shouldn't be 500 anymore. If things were falling, it would be 400.
Oh, but it's really not a number that fluctuates.
Of course it isn't.
It's what? But you said it is.
Yes.
What?
He's clearing everything up for me, though. I feel a lot more confident going into the trading day.
We only have time for a few more questions for Boardroom Jimmy. It's Tito in Atlanta. Tito, what's up?
Hey, Boardroom Jimmy, I would like to know if this is going to go up for lozenges.
I didn't hear you.
I believe he wants to know your advice in investing in lozenges.
Tito? I don't talk to men named Tito about stock trades. Why don't you buy yourself some bad water and some diarrhea?
Well, he might have a few bucks from his landscaping job.
He certainly does. Build a wall for less than minimum wage, Tito.
How do you feel about day trading, Boardroom Jimmy?
It's overrated, and for queers, stay away from day trading. There's no money to be made. Do it at night when nobody else is around.
But you can't. The market's
kind of closed.
Oh, yeah, but you can always email somebody, and they'll do it for you in the morning.
Are you talking about inside trading?
Of course, it's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Get information, buy the stocks, and tell no one.
Well, it sounds like a winner. It's a winning strategy to me. Wow. He's clearing up everything. I cannot wait till the bell is rung at 9:30. I'm going to dive right in now on your advice.
I can't wait either until this stupid character is finally dead.
Well, let's go to Paul. Paul?
Jimmy hates characters.
Of course he does.
But Imus uses characters.
Yes, he does, and he's doing a 2-share.
Let's go to Paul. What's up?
Hey, Boardroom Jimmy, I invested in fructose, and now I lost my life savings.
Yes, you're welcome. I told you fructose is the way to go. Life savings have to be wiped out. You start fresh.
See, now you did advise people to buy fructose
last time around.
Yes, I also say trans fats. Invest in trans fats. They're making a comeback in Manhattan.
Now, come on, Jimmy. I have heard that a lot of places are banning these trans fats.
But the ban is only temporary because trans fats are healthy. I've been doing research on this. Medical field. Trans fats are good. Invest in trans fats. And anything Asian. The Asian market is going to be very strong today.
Fish oil.
Fish oil and Jews. Invest in Jews. And in bits that get run into the ground. Invest in those.
I think you got something there.
Hey, fat kid on a trampoline on TV right now.
You got a lot.
There you go.
Invest in fat kid on the trampoline.
Hey, your credibility is not doing too well today. Another guy really pissed off at your Boardroom Jimmy. It's Matt in Maine. What's up, Matt?
Yeah, I took his advice last week and put my $40 in, and I lost my shirt.
Well, I told you, put $40 in, but be prepared to gamble a little, my friend. How do you think it feels to be bombing in front of 2U? I'm not happy.
I wouldn't say you're bombing, Boardroom
I don't
Jimmy.
care. I'm tired. My throat hurts from this crap. Why doesn't Boardroom Jimmy talk like a different character? I'm a zero-trick pony.
He's got to be so angry.
Well, he's angry. There's a lot of tension today.
It does sound like Frank the Frowner got his foot stepped
Of course it does. Frank the Frowner and 6 other characters. Maybe it could be Uncle Paul Boardroom Frank Jimmy.
And I guess that's it for Boardroom
It certainly
Jimmy.
is.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got a lot of advice.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sort it out. You got a little bit of time to sort it all out. And
Remember,
then use it.
computers are a fad.
Pencils and paper.
Pencils
Invest
and
in
paper.
that. Sugar, fish oil, bonds are for faggots.
Yeah.
AIDS, invest in AIDS.
And watch the S&P 500 fall dramatically this afternoon.
S&P
fall to
500
400.
is going to be S&P 400.
Just as you're wrapping up, I just keep going, don't I?
Yeah.
Keep trying to salvage something. I should be trampolining with a fat girl.
And day trading, you should do at night.
Right.
Okay. I think
when there's no one watching. Or something like that.
and inside trading is okay. as
Yeah,
long as-
just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, you just can't tell anybody. That's
You
the
can
key.
tell a lot of people about it after you do it. I like to make them all eat crow at the SECC. See,
See,
Well, that's
Or
some
SEC.
commission.
there's plenty of C's there.
might be just one C.
How's your throat there?
Well, mercifully for the listening audience, it's starting to bother me badly, so I won't be able to do this one for a while.
We might need you, though, Boardroom.
You won't need me, believe me. Wait till the trends come out, then you'll realize how much you don't need me.
All right. Well, it's Commodities. I
Yeah,
feel better now.
Certainly, yes.
I'm going to go with the pencil and paper. I'm dropping all my Dell stock,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going with pencil and paper. I don't even know the company. I've got to do some research now. I have very little
Pete's
time.
Pencil Emporium.
Pete's Pencil
Emporium in
okay.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
It's going to go through the roof.
Thank you, because I was wondering what pencil company you would invest.
Yes, Pete's Pencil Emporium.
Pete's.
Yes.
Do they make-
Peetes, as in Pete's, as in moss.
Now, do they
Wow,
specialize?
wordplay humor always plays well.
Do they
Pun Room
specialize?
Jimmy.
Do they specialize in the most popular, the number 2 pencil?
No, the number 2 pencil is shit, and they know it.
Wait a minute. Jeez,
Boardroom Jimmy.
When in doubt, go for the automatic dump.
Boardroom Jimmy, you're saying the number 2 is crap.
What do you say, Al?
Al got that one. That was an easy one for
I hope Al wasn't running to his broker to try to maybe make some deals before the market opens. I hope he was at the button.
Listening to this bit, he should be going for his snooze on his alarm to try to catch 5 more minutes. I hate myself.
What number pencil should we invest in?
Number 7, number 2 pencils are a passe.
I've never heard
Number
of the
7,
number 7
that's
pencil.
3 2s and a 1.
Number
Okay.
7.
Yes, they're thick, nice thick, a good 1/4-inch point to write with.
Like a retard pencil.
It certainly is, as it should be. I really degenerated into nothing, haven't I?
Well, not really.
I can't wait to read Manelli's memo on this. Maybe we should all invest in ties that Ethel Merman would use as drapes in her living room.
Well, he dresses a little strange, but
10 of 8. I'll be here in 8 minutes, John.
That's great. Manelli's wearing the Fred Mertz collection. Well, there you go. All you need. Well, that's all the info you need.
yeah. Market opens at 9:30. There you go. A lot of advice for the listeners.
Taking off. The futures look good this morning. I think
Sure.
we're going to have a start. We're going to be up.
And
then whatever happens, it's...
and he blamed the Taiwanese, the Koreans, and the Japs.
and a computer glitch.
And a computer glitch.
And computers in general.
Computers are a fad. I've been saying that for years. They're not going to last. They don't help at all. It's much faster just to add in your head.
But no one really uses the computer
For
add.
math.
Right.
Yes, they do.
They
I remember
really
when I
don't.
was doing my taxes, I had to do 4,820 minus 3,752, and it was much easier to do paper and pencil. I have a phone with a little calculator program on it. I use that frequently.
Oh, you do?
I turn it upside down and it says hell.
Plays little word games with his calculator.
How are we going to get our porn if computers are a fad?
Pornography is not going to last. Pornography made $700 last year. No one wants it anymore. It's all about God and stem cells.
But, Jimmy, that's...
So I guess we should be shorting pornography.
Yes, pornography is... No one watches it anymore. It's not sexy. Masturbation is out.
Okay, well, again, you've heard it here.
Oh, and we should buy trampolines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's answered a lot of questions.
Yes. Like the question, should there be a writer on this show occasionally? The answer is certainly yes. Does show prep help? The answer is I wouldn't know. Just show up and look at a bunch of highlighted things and try to wing it, fat tits.
What do you say, Al?
Yeah, Al got that one, too.
Hello, exactly.
Boardroom Jimmy's losing his mind. Who can blame him? I mean, there's a lot of tension today.
Very volatile market. Of course, he's all wound
Wall
up.
Street. Yeah.
It's all wound up.
I'm all wound. I have the sexual prowess of a quadriplegic. I'm sorry, it's kind of difficult to think.
Yeah, that might have influenced your character today.
Yeah, apparently Wall Street, the Dow wasn't the only thing down yesterday.
It's like hitting somebody with a feather and saying, I just beat your brains out. Polish joke book, 1975.
Invest.
You know, two Jews walked into a bar and they owned it. How about an original thought?
He's disgusted with himself.
As he should be.
But he is the two-jump chump today, so
yeah,
you can't blame him.
Zero trick pony, two-jump chump. I'm Jim Norton on OpieAnthony.net. Even I hate me today.
All right.
That ought to fix you up then.
Yeah.
All your questions.
Oh, yeah.
Answered.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Anything? No. Doing nothing.
No.
Bill Burr for third mic.
What?
You know what it just goes to show you, too, how great I do in the market.
Yeah.
I decided I was going to buy some options. Remember when I bought options that day, live here on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just worthless. They're just worthless.
Oh, for the merger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured,
the satellite radio merger.
They announced.
Thought it was a good, good opportunity.
No insider stuff going on. I wait for, announcements just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I buy, and, of course,
I just
everything's
watched.
down.
I was a watcher yesterday, just watching my stocks plummet.
Yeah.
Would you like a tip?
Yeah. Oh, please.
Citadel. Buy Citadel.
Oh, yeah. Boy, thanks.
Got in on the ground floor of that one.
You had to drag us into the bad mood category.
Got in the IPO, $19 a share.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it's back up to 10.
Yeah.
Faith on the rise. You're welcome.
We've lost our shirts.
You're
with
welcome.
that stock there, Boardroom Jimmy. Why do you think we have to work for Fareed again on his stupid radio stations?
Yeah.
we can't afford not to. That's why we're on his stations.
Thanks for the ground floor of that IPO.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got a hot stock tip back in the day.
Couldn't have got in on the Google IPO at like $92, and now that it's up to $400 and something dollars.
No,
we get in on Citadel at 19 a share.
And I were lucky.
And then when it hit like 24, me and Opie like, nah, we're staying in for the long haul.
That's
How many years ago was that?
That was before we got back on radio.
Oh, my God.
That stock is now at, I think, 10-something today.
Half of what we paid for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. And how many shares did you buy? Couple hundred?
Oh, Opie, I only bought about 5,500 shares of the stock. That's all.
I decided to see on my bank account. I thought it was a guarantee.
That's it. It's a winner. This horse is a winner.
That's why we're on Fareed's stupid radio stations.
We're paying off a debt like Chinese brought over in a container. You're working at a sushi place, a nail shop, and the Yankee Cranky joint.
At this point, we're paying Fareed to broadcast.
Yeah. He owns
How
us.
does that happen? How the hell did that happen? And then he got mad that we didn't buy him something.
Oh.
For the great tip he gave us.
Yeah. The only person who can get us out of that deal is Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad.
We're slaves,
We are
I tell ya.
enslaved
We're enslaved.
to our crappy stock.
That's why we're on in Syracuse. That's why we're on in Buffalo.
Right.
And Portland, Maine. And
We owe a debt.
And Providence. We owe a debt. It's the only reason you're hearing our voices. We stink. Boardroom Jimmy rocks.
My armpits are wet with shame sweat.
I don't have shame sweat.
Dude, that was hilarious. It's
Eat your cantaloupe. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, let's...
In long, protracted detail.
Uh-oh.
Because I know it hurts people's throats. But I just want to know why this would be good for the stockholders if we could talk to Boardroom Jimmy for a moment.
Oh, no.
And just why would this merger be good for the
no.
stockholders?
Because a lot of times, stocks will always, they take a nosedive and they start splitting and dividing. That's always bad. Stock splits are terrible because then you have twice as many for more pricing. That's no good. It's damaging the economy. I specifically said, get rid of one of those satellites. It's bouncing things all over the goddamn place.
They should get rid of a satellite.
Of course they should. They should start just doing terrestrial radio. That's the best way for satellite to survive. Commercials and take out the dirty language.
Well, since you're here, I just got one more question about the Dow Jones and that it went down because it seems the housing market now, and these mortgages that they've been giving out to people that can't really afford them has been bringing the housing sector down and dragging down the entire market. What's your feelings on that?
I don't know exactly why you think that. It's such ludicrous nonsense. Olives. Invest in olives.
Right.
Because people have been eating salads for years.
So forget about the houses and every question
The
I just
mortgage
asked.
has nothing to do with the interest rates. I've been telling you that for years.
Okay, so I'll invest in olives.
Have olives, and the whole satellite merger will never work until they take a couple of those satellites out.
All right,
They're confusing everyone. There should just be one satellite bouncing around up there.
All right.
And take these repeaters out. They're just tying up traffic.
That makes the signal better for everybody.
Put in commercials. People are sick and tired of one long music block.
They want commercials.
People love a funny commercial. The ones for Geico. That little lizard's adorable.
What about the caveman?
I love the caveman.
Yeah?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Fun advertising. Like, here's to you, real men of genius for Bud Light commercials. Who doesn't want to kick back and have a laugh?
All right.
Boardroom Jimmy.
Well, good. Now I know what to do. Forget about the houses.
Yeah.
Olives.
Olives!
And get rid of the satellites, except one, and more commercials.
And stop stock splitting. It hurts everything.
Right.
Just
stock
one
splitting.
piece of stock.
If you split it, then you're there spending all your time taping pieces together of your stock certificates.
And stop getting involved with IPOs. IPOs are no good.
Oh, the IPOs. IPOs.
IPOs, they're called.
They're IPOs. I thought you were talking about hippos.
One piece of stock from every company. I own one share from every company.
Okay.
I've got Google. I'm a shareholder. One piece of Google stock.
One Google.
Okay.
And I call them a lot.
Wow, that's some great info. I gotta get on E-Trade. Olives.
Look at these little CDs. They're adorable. Dirty Ralph's. They look like little records.
They do look like little 45 records.
And they even feel like them. Look. I'm wearing little earrings.
Jimmy's using his CDs as earrings.
Hey, I would hate to interrupt Boardroom Jimmy, but we have Liz back on the line from yesterday.
Oh.